They say that imitation is the sincerest form of flattery. But in Joe Biden's case, I think it might be just the latest example of his plagiarism. Welcome back, everybody. It's Mike LaChance. This is Mike's TV Lab. If you haven't done so already, please hit the subscribe button below. Feel free to like this video, share it, and leave a comment. I'd be happy to hear your opinion. This is one of my latest posts at the Legal Insurrection blog, which I want to share with you, as I find this just astounding. Democrats and their media allies have been telling us for 4 years now, more than 4 years, that Trump is wrong about everything. He's wrong about foreign policy, he's wrong about domestic policy, he's wrong about economic policy, which is why the Democratic nominee is now trying to rip off Trump's economic policy message. Have you noticed this? Did you see this? This was just this past week. Joe Biden was campaigning in Michigan. Interesting that Joe Biden was campaigning in Michigan, which is supposedly, he's way out in front and this is a safe state for Democrats and Joe Biden's totally going to win Michigan, which is why he was campaigning in Michigan this week. But the amazing thing is that after telling us that Trump is wrong, here we have Joe Biden now basically trying to rip off Trump's economic message. Look at this image. Here's Joe Biden standing in front of some brand new cars, and he's standing behind a sign that says, "Buy American." Where have we heard that before? I'm just going to read you some of my post here. Have you been listening to Joe Biden's economic message lately? If you have, you may find that it sounds a bit familiar. It almost seems like Joe is going to say, "Make America great again any day now." They say imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but in Biden's case, it sounds like his latest attempt at plagiarism. Sorry, I'm repeating myself there. In Michigan, Biden even spoke in front of a sign that said "Buy American" and threatened to tax companies that move jobs overseas. How familiar. This is from the Detroit Free Press. Joe Biden promises Michigan workers he'll tax companies that move jobs overseas. In a speech given in Warren, Democratic nominee Joe Biden on Wednesday unveiled a plan to tax companies that move work overseas at a higher rate and reward those that bring jobs back into the U.S. Imagine that. In any other campaign, it would be a proposal directly from the Democratic playbook. But given that President Donald Trump has made the same claims a central part of his presidency, it came as a full frontal assault on Trump's economic record in a state he won, in the state the president won by just 0.2% 4 years ago. Biden, the former vice president, met Wednesday afternoon with UAW workers, that's United Auto Workers, members, and held a roughly 26-minute live-streamed campaign event at the union's Region 1 headquarters in Macomb County. The campaign stop came 1 day ahead of a Trump rally scheduled in Freeland near Saginaw, which, by the way, if you saw that event, the attendance was overwhelming. It was an outdoor event. The crowd was massive. And the people who were there, if you saw any of the clips of the people being interviewed, they were pretty convinced that Trump is going to win Michigan in November. Through his 2016 campaign and 4 years of his presidency, Trump has made a key component of his agenda returning jobs from overseas, especially manufacturing jobs, saying he would target companies, including automakers, who move U.S. production out of the country, and he has done that. Now, this commentary is from me. Democrats and the Biden campaign are figuring out way too late that they have done nothing to win back the working class voters they lost to Trump 4 years ago. Does Joe Biden think America slept through the last 8 years, through the 8 years of the Obama presidency, along with the media? Obama and Biden did nothing to stop the flow of jobs out of the United States. One could even argue that their policies made the situation worse, which they did. Yet now Joe wants to be taken seriously because he's standing behind a "Buy American" sign. Please. Biden and Democrats still don't understand that Trump is trying to fix problems they created. He is already doing it. We don't need them. And I commented on Twitter because Joe Biden put out this tweet of him speaking at this event. And Joe Biden said, as president, I'll impose a tax penalty on companies that ship jobs overseas and sell products back to the U.S. And I'll create millions of good-paying jobs here at home. We're going to make sure the future is made in America by all of America's workers. And my quote tweet was, Trump is already doing all of this. Because he is. I'm going to just play this. I don't know if you'll be able to hear it. Let's see. Oh, it's taking me to Twitter. Let's see. Let's see how coherent Biden sounds as he says this. I watched this the other day, but I don't remember.
I made the first plank of my agenda a plan to modernize American manufacturing and technology to ensure that the future is made in America by all of you. And today, I'm announcing some additional steps to make this plank even stronger. First, we're going to impose a tax penalty on companies that avoid paying U.S. taxes by offshoring jobs and manufacturing.
Now, let me just ask, where in the hell was Biden during the Obama presidency? Does everyone remember Obama saying about Trump, what are you going to do, just wave a magic wand and bring these jobs back? These people are amazing. They have no shame. There's no shame whatsoever. They lie to your face. They lie about Trump. Then they turn around and try to co-opt his message. All right, let's continue.
Only to sell those goods back to the American consumer. If your big corporate strategy is to boost your shareholders' profits, your CEO's bonuses by moving jobs out, well, we're going to make sure not only pay full U.S. taxes on those profits, but we're going to guarantee, we're going to add a 10% offshoring penalty surtax to your bill.
That's nice, Joe. That's great. Again, where were you from 2008 to 2016? All right, let's finish this.
No more deductions for writing off expenses for the cost of sending jobs overseas, which is a big deal. That could be done here at home by qualified American workers. I'm not looking to punish American business, but there's a better way. Make it in Michigan, make it in America, invest in our communities and the workers in places like Warren. That's what this is about.
Oh, please. Please. They think no one remembers anything. They think that history began on the day that Trump was inaugurated, and no one remembers any of the policies that took place under Biden and Obama, or rather Obama and Biden. And here they are, blatantly trying to rip off Trump's message, after telling us for 4 years that Trump is wrong about absolutely everything. It's amazing. It's just astounding to me. You know, the other thing that you have to remember is that many of the working class and blue-collar voters who used to be die-in-the-wool Democrats voted for Trump in 2016 for this very reason. Because the Democrats abandoned the working class in favor of the woke left. I mean, before this moment, when was the last time that you heard someone from the Democratic Party addressing the concerns of the working class in places like Michigan? This is why places like Michigan went for Trump in 2016 in the first place. And after the 2016 election, Democrats might have stood a better chance if they said, let's do an autopsy of our party, let's figure out where we went wrong with these specific voters, and let's figure out how to win them back in 2020. Instead of doing that, they went down the rabbit hole of Russia collusion, the 25th Amendment, Donald Trump's not mentally fit for office, they said, and then they ran this guy. They went down the rabbit hole of Ukraine and impeachment. And then they went down the rabbit hole of lockdowns and riots. But now, just weeks before the election, when Democrats are starting to worry about places like Michigan, they prop up this moron in Michigan to say, we're going to insist that companies make in America and everyone buy American. not going to work. It's too late. It's too little too late. And the fact that they're copying Trump tells you everything that you need to know. It tells you that when they said he's wrong, he's wrong, he's wrong, he's wrong, they were lying. They knew he was right about some things. He was certainly right about his economic message. And by the way, on the foreign policy message, the man has now been nominated twice for the Nobel Peace Prize. So maybe he was right about foreign policy too. Just putting that out there. Anyway, I just think it's funny. I think it's hilarious to watch Joe Biden try to co-opt Trump's message as he's telling the American people out of the other side of his mouth that Trump is wrong about everything. Should tell you everything you need to know about which way you should vote this November. Remember that. Keep calm and carry on and vote accordingly. I will see you next time. Please subscribe. Take care. Have a good weekend.